Did you know that you have a superpower? Let me tell you all about it. Just stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Melody Fletcher here with another little bit of LOA inspiration. So, I was watching a television show the other night. I don't mind sharing what it is. I'm rewatching Grimm. I love that show. I've only seen like the first 3 seasons, and now I'm rewatching the entire thing. And in season 2, they had this little opener that I noticed in the first few episodes of the season. And if you don't know the show Grimm, it's essentially a reimagining of all of the Grimm fairy tales. Yeah, with the main character being a Grimm who can see who people really are. So, you know, they look like humans, but underneath they're actually, you know, these creatures from folklore. And it's a really fascinating show, and I really, really like it. I like those kinds of fantasy shows. Yeah, but what I wanted to talk about was something that gave me this amazing idea. A little bit of an aha moment, yeah, that I had just last week when I was starting to watch season 2. And in the opener, there's this voiceover, you know, over all the images, and it talks about, you know, only he can see what no one else can, and the darkness inside, the master within, and he's the one that must stop them. This is his calling, right? And because there's, you know, basically looking for the evil inside people, and that's kind of like a superpower, right? That you can see what lurks underneath the surface. And, you know, I thought about it for a second, and I realized, well, you know, we light workers, and if you're watching this, you are one, yeah, because you're waking up and you're engaging with this kind of information. We have a superpower, but it's not to see the darkness within. It's to see the light within. We can see what no one else can. Huh? We can see the light inside, the master within. And we're the ones who have to stop them. We're the ones who are here to remind them, to demonstrate the light, to help the light in them light up, because we're demonstrating our light so brightly that they can't help but light up. Yeah? And so I thought that was really neat to start thinking of yourself as a kind of a superhero, yeah, whose secret superpower is that you can see the light in others. And I know that for many of us, that ability can be kind of confusing because we tend to see the best in people. We tend to see, you know, what people are really capable of. But sometimes people can't show us that, and they don't necessarily treat us accordingly. And that has to do with our own vibrational stability, by the way, yeah? Because that is your manifestation. So if you're having, you know, people kind of crapping all over you because you're trying to show them your light, then that just means that your vibration isn't yet very stable. But when it is, you know, it doesn't have to be a negative experience at all. In fact, it can be an absolutely beautiful experience. When, you know, the light in you recognizes the light in them. Yeah. And so you do want to differentiate between what you see in people and then how they're treating you. So if people aren't treating you well, that's when you want to set boundaries. You can see the light in someone and still set a freaking boundary and say, you don't get to shit all over me, but I can see who you really are. That's not to say that you use it as an excuse to, you know, sort of allow people to treat you differently than you want to be treated, that you kind of let them off the hook because, oh, he's got so much light inside him and he's a dick, but he's got so much light inside. Nah, he's a dick. He's a dick. Deal with that. Yeah. But go ahead and allow yourself the pleasure of thinking of yourself a little bit like a superhero, and your secret superpower is to be able to see the light in others and foster and inspire that light in others. We're not looking for the darkness in people. We don't have to be afraid of the darkness in people. They're already showing us their darkness. They're being as evil as they're ever going to be. Yeah? What we can see inside them is their light glowing inside them. Sometimes it's just a little flame. Sometimes it's big, bright, and shiny. Yeah? And of course, the more you let out your own light, the more you begin to really, you know, glow, and the more you really begin to shine, and the better your life becomes. So it's really quite self-serving. Yeah. But I just thought that was a really neat thought, and I wanted to share it with you guys, and let me know what you think, you know, what you think about this, or what you think your superpower is underneath. A positive superpower. Yeah. And let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Until next week, I'm Melody Fletcher. I'm sending you smushy, smushy hugs, and thank you for bringing your light to the world. Bye.